Going back to our point of departure, it seems hard to pigeonhole lifting as either medical or therapeutic or fashion or even sport or relaxation or vanity or competition and all the rest. Well, if that ambiguity is a feature of the subject matter, then it's also reflected throughout these videos. I mean, this isn't a tutorial on health and well-being. It isn't about sport or relaxation or the psychology of competition. It isn't a program or even a logbook of my fitness routines or my history of practice. It might have a bit of all of those things, but I think that symbolically enough, the nature and purpose of the series are contingent on the day that prompts me to think of one thing rather than another. But essentially, what I'm exploring here is lifting as a cultural phenomenon. It's a kind of phenomenology, I suppose, personal to me, but with a view to things that can be shared. So I hope that my spiel is capable of extrapolation to someone else's experience. Yes, I'm no anthropologist, nor a sociologist either, and what I'm talking about doesn't arise from any kind of systematic study, but just experience and reflecting on it. I'm curious about lifting as a cultural and personal manifestation of lots of qualities that often only emerge because you observe something that makes you want to figure out something else in the endlessly obscure topic of lifting. Lifting makes me think of various images of man because it's intensely self-conscious. It wouldn't be if it were physiotherapy and all the things that have a goal and linear method that we've talked about, like competitive sport. Those things come with their own teleology, but lifting doesn't. It comes with questions. Questions about you and then questions about your society, or at least in the sense of your own construct of how people are seen in the community. It's a dense matrix because one of those elements of perception is indeed health and well-being. When you lift, you don't just do something for your personal health and well-being, but for being perceived as someone who rises to these things. You've gained the image as well as whatever practical rewards. You have the distinction of promoting health and well-being with your practice as an example, as if you champion a cause as well as securing your performance in the gym. It's a feeling and a look and a lifestyle as well as a medical prescription or community ritual. That's part of why I love lifting. Its aims are enfolded in one another, and because they yield good outcomes, it's easier to do in practice than to disentangle in theory. I know that there are social perceptions from a larger symbolic order that we carry around with us since who knows when, but I don't need to sort them out. They remain in the background and rise to consciousness in weird ways that constantly keep me guessing.